Something. Hello.
Something.
We're Five Alive. We're live.
Yeah. Five Alive is live.
Let's turn off this fan and get it hot.
Oh yeah. Hot
let's get
sweaty.
steamy.
Turkish bathhouse up in this piece.
Hot.
You know it.
Make it hot.
All right. For those of you joining us, we are Five Alive. I am BobbyT.
I'm Martin.
And I'm Crza.
And we've had quite the week, actually. Pretty big week for Five Alive.
Crazy.
Pretty big week for just stuff in general.
Exactly.
So
Lots to talk about. Lots.
We are going to open some toys, though, first, I think.
Let's do it.
I just want to open. I got the itch.
All right, go.
Let's do it.
All
right.
You do the first one.
All right.
Grab what you want.
First. I'm going Rick and Morty.
Okay.
I have to go Rick and Morty.
Right.
So I have the Rick and Morty, the Funko mystery vinyl figures. He's got a good feel to him. He has not been pre-opened, so that's good. Nope, he has. Someone pre-opened it. You can usually tell that these haven't been pre-opened, from my understanding, because these are going to be folded over each other, and then the package is closed. This is my understanding of what I've read online. I might be wrong, but that's how you kind of know somebody picked your pack ahead of time and then re-glued it.
Oh, lovely.
Let's see. Yeah. Got Unity.
Ah. It's your
Actually
first
just watched
Christina
this
Hendricks
episode.
figure.
Well, 1 in 36, not a bad pull, truth be told. So we got Unity from Rick and Morty. All right, Marty, your turn.
All right. I'm going to open up a Fallout 4. This is not
Come
been
on,
opened.
dog. Come on, dog. Was
Seriously.
it folded over?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that really is something that's...
And I got a...
Oh, dude, that is
That's
beautiful.
very cool. And this was...
That's awesome.
It's 1 in 36.
Wow.
So that's actually a
You're
really
pretty good
pull.
pulls today.
Right there, see?
Sweet.
And it's pretty badass looking. I will... go ahead, Crza.
Actually, one thing while Crza
Yeah.
choose yours and open up your
Do
next
you want me
one.
to open one of these?
Hey, open whoever you want. We got a bunch of stuff up here.
I'm a huge fan of the Iron-Blooded Orphan stuff, so I'm gonna grab.
Nice.
I'm gonna grab this one here.
So, actually got a knife on the table there if you end up needing it. One thing I wanted to mention, when we get to 100 subscribers, we're going to do a little giveaway.
Yes, we are.
And I think what we're going to end up doing here is we're going to give away some of the stuff we're opening here on the show.
Exactly.
So, in the comments,
Also,
maybe type out some of the stuff you really like. And package. Uh-oh.
Some of your old underwear. That is...
A lot of my old underwear. See,
Yep.
I did it
That
a lot,
will-
and then you
that's
did it a
actually
little.
what we're going to use to pack the stuff we're going to send you.
Oh, man, now we have to send underwear.
Haha! I made it real!
Yeah. That'll show them.
Okay, so...
So what do we got, Crza? What's
I don't
going
know how
on?
to close this, so
I got it.
I was.
Oh, no, we live dangerous.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
staying open. I'm running around. Yeah, Crza needs help with this one.
I can't even open this goddamn thing.
So I really
There you
hope
go.
that people enjoy the sound of crinkling plastic.
I
because
hope they do,
Crza's
too.
bringing
I'm sure
it.
it's great.
All right, what do you got there?
It's a what's his name here? It says on the cup. McGillis Fareed.
Okay.
I think he's one of the bad guys from the corporation, and it
Fareed,
looks
I
like
think he's on the no-fly list also.
I don't know how it's supposed to sit on a cup. Yeah, here you go. It's supposed to sit on the cup.
Oh, so like little tea hangers?
Yeah.
Is that the...
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See, folks? It's
It
a
sits
tiny,
up there on the cup.
It's a tiny white person
from Japan.
from Japan. You know how they love
you
their
go.
tiny white folks.
So I just wanted to give a quick shout out because I got this little blind box and the Digimon one from the store in Clinton, Connecticut. It's called Akiba's Underground, or I'm sorry, Akiba Underground. Check them out. I actually have a little business card. I'll flash it up on the screen here so you can get their information there. But it's actually a really neat little store. They've got some Japanese snacks. These,
Oh,
authentic...
we're going to be trying some of the
Yeah,
Japanese snacks
exactly.
later. That's going to be pretty interesting. So let's see.
I'm excited for that. We got some Pocky and some pastry rolls and stuff like that, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. But they've got, manga there, anime as well. They even have like Gothic Lolita clothes from Japan as well.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Now you're speaking my language.
And
live till you've seen this in full Gothic Lolita.
dude, Ladybeard, man, I've already seen it. Don't worry. What was the other? Oh, they have the Gundam Wing figures there too, the gunmetal ones and stuff like that. They also do.
Now, do they carry the Gundam models? Because
Yes.
that's actually something I'm very interested in.
Yes.
One of the cases that will be eventually going up behind us will be Gundam models that I've done.
Awesome.
So
they've
a
got
couple master grades. And
Yeah, they've got a decent collection there. They also do, Magic the Gathering, Yu-Gi-Oh, and stuff like that. So if you're in the area, it's in Clinton, Connecticut. Check it out. It's a really nice store. They were super friendly there.
Ooh, I'm going to be driving through Clinton tomorrow, actually. Hopefully they're open.
They should be, yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't be.
No, they heard you're coming in.
No, they're like, nope, that's
Shut it down.
It's over.
Yeah, definitely give them a check out. I had a great time, perusing the store, checking out the manga and the anime and all that good stuff, or manga, however you want to pronounce it.
Manga, anime.
Yeah, whatever.
So,
it's all the ways.
Speaking of the anime.
Oh, God.
no!
The cup didn't break, I guess.
So that's a good thing. Speaking of the animes, they actually just put up a new series on Netflix. Based on Castlevania, and the artwork is very reminiscent of older anime like Vampire Hunter D, stuff like that.
Yeah, well, the guy that did the animation for Castlevania did Berserk, so that's
you go.
you can see
that. It's a 4-episode. It was actually supposed to be a movie that they split into 4 equal episodes, and written by Warren Ellis, and I was able to watch all of it. I believe you watched all of it.
I did watch all 4 episodes as well, yes.
I was only able to watch the first episode, but it immediately got me kind of pumped for it.
It's super well done. I cannot recommend it enough, and it's not a huge commitment of your time. It's 4 episodes, and bam, you're done.
That's what I love. It was really a short burn. I expected like 10 or 12 episodes, and I saw 4. I was like, okay.
I think they are going to do more.
I certainly hope so.
Netflix, I think, wasn't sure how popular it was going to be, and I think that's why they limited it to the 4 episodes. But I think they are going to do more. Although one of my favorite animes was only about 4 episodes long too, which is called Corpse Party. It's based off of the PSP games.
I love the name.
Yeah,
I don't even know what it's about yet.
It's about these kids that perform a best friendship ceremony, and it transports them into this alternate reality where they're transported to this other high school. I think it's called Hope Academy, and all this messed up stuff happens to them while they're in this alternate reality, and they're trying to get back.
It better be zany.
No, it was not. It was gory. It was very gory.
We have a weird definition of zany, then.
It was very good, though. But it's, again, another little quick 4-episode, show. I liked it a lot. The problem I have with that 4-episode format, though, even though it's a great little quick, watch, you're missing out on some of those filler episodes. So you might not be a fan of filler. I kind of am, only because we've talked about this before. In the modern anime, those episodes 4, 5, and 6, dude, you're going to the pool, you're going to the summer festival, it's great episodes to kind of break that tension from all of like the character development and the action from those first 3 episodes. So that's why I kind of am a little disappointed. Although the direction that this anime is going, it doesn't look like there's going to be really any kind of break in tensions or that filler anyway. So I don't think you would get that experience watching this anime. But if you've seen other ones like High School DxD or even High School of the Dead and Sugumomo, every time you get into that mid-level or that mid-episode season there, right in the mid part of the season, it's like I said, you're going to the pool, you're going to the summer festival, there's fireworks, there's
something to build something.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, I started watching High School of the Dead because you kept talking about it, and then I got to that episode and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, it was.
That's when I stopped watching.
It was very good though, but yes, there were those. Well, I think it was episode 5 and 6 in High School of the Dead.
When you say filler episodes, I instantly think of the DC shows that the WB does, because they have to do like 24 episodes. Half of them are filler,
yes,
and the other half are like making towards the main story arc, and that's the problem with those shows, because half of your season doesn't matter.
But see, it's a little different, I think, in anime, because even when I use the term filler, especially I guess in modern anime now, when I'm talking about, it's not like DBZ where filler is like, or even Naruto, which anybody who's watched Naruto, it's like 100+ episodes, and maybe 50 of them you don't need to watch because it's filler. I'm not talking about that, because those episodes, it's like, okay, man, we're taking 4 or 5, 6 episodes to get to this huge fight. The filler episodes in some of these like comedy harem type animes, it's more about I guess depth and adding to, because with harem animes, there's more than one main character. You have the male main character who's
No,
like
you had spoke about harems in the past.
Yes.
So yeah, are you about to explain this
Sure.
to some people who maybe don't know?
So a harem anime is when there's one male main character, or reverse harem anime where the main character is a female, and there's multiple love interests that surround either the main character, male or female.
Gotcha.
So when
I'm looking right here now on my...
Yeah. So when you have these harem animes and there's 4 or 5 love interests that all are vying for this main character, the main character's attention, you need some of these filler episodes because it can't always be about, the main character and love interest A. You have to have these episodes where it's, main character and love interest B, or love interest C, or love interest D, So it's a little bit different from like the filler that you guys are used to when you're watching like the shonen animes, which shonen animes are those like action ones that are oriented or focused towards boys. So, like DBZ, Naruto, and it's all about action and stuff like that. These ones are a little bit different.
I'm sorry, did you just say I watched DBZ?
No, I'm just... I just meant...
I would not let my good name be lent to something where we talk about
besmirch your good name.
That's true.
How dare you besmirch me, sir?
But no, that's just what they call them in Japan. That's the term shonen is, yeah. And
I would never got into that stuff because of stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, 4 episodes of a dude charging up. And I'm like, no, I'd rather just not watch this.
It's not like that anymore. There's really not a lot of long-standing animes. There's a few I can think of off the top of my head. Like they're still doing Naruto, or it's Road to Boruto, I think it's called. Which
I really don't know. All I know about that is that I sell quite a bit of it at shows.
Mm-hmm.
I have a table at shows and I sell like the headbands, and the Dragon Balls.
Yes.
And the headbands go. Whew,
yeah, One Piece I think is still going strong. Fairy Tail as well. Those are again some of those Shonen Jump animes that are going on forever and forever, because in Japan, if the
I like it.
In Japan, if the manga is selling well and the anime is selling well, they're gonna keep making it. That's how they
their never-ending cycle.
Yeah, and which is another good reason for a nice little quick 4-episode anime going back to Castlevania, because then you can kind of get everything done. I can't tell you how many animes I've watched where I've invested my time, watching these 12-episode seasons, or even 24 sometimes, and then because either the manga didn't do well or the anime didn't do well, they stopped. And it's like, dude, case in point, one of my favorite animes is this episode, or the show called Baka and Test, and they did 2 seasons all throughout their high school life, right? So the first season had to do with their first year of high school, second one, second year, and so all they needed to do was do a third one for the third year of high school and finish everything, and they stopped.
It just stopped.
Yeah, they just stopped because it wasn't popular anymore.
I think this kind of also happened with the Return to the Labyrinth. It was I guess manga. Whatever.
I say manga, yeah.
I say manga.
Yeah.
I'm a manga guy. So anyway,
you can put it in the comment how you. Yeah, there
tell
you
us
go.
how wrong we are. Probably
Quite
very,
wrong.
very. So I really enjoyed the comic, and then it kind of just stopped out of nowhere. And this might be my
yeah.
reasoning
That's probably
here.
what
It just
happened.
kinda
Is it didn't sell well, and they just stopped. Yeah, that's usually what happens.
Yeah, I couldn't care less about any of this.
No, we can go back to Castlevania now. We can go into this. Sorry,
Castlevania is done in an anime style. It's actually completely Western, though.
Yes.
And it starts off. First episode is Dracula, and you get introduced to Dracula and his wife, and then bad stuff happens. And
I like that because it's. This guy's gonna keep falling.
Yeah, he's just not long for this.
Well, it's me, me and my Italian, hand movements and everything. Yeah, I'm talking with my hands.
Is there wine in your can?
I wish. Maybe
we could work that out.
When we take a commercial break, throw a little splash of rum in there.
No commercial breaks.
Oh,
we're
man.
hardcore.
So I liked the different kind of origin story for Dracula. That was pretty neat because, if you're a fan of the Bram Stoker's Dracula literary version, that Dracula came about because his wife kills herself after hearing that that Dracula had been killed by the Ottomans. So she takes her life because she doesn't want to live without him. And then of course, he's living. He comes back to the castle and she's dead. This is completely different, which was a nice little twist in the origin story, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah. And then the second episode, you get introduced to our main character, who is Belmont.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's actually slow down here real quick. I want to interject here. This is going to be spoiler laden.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Well, let's just know that.
Yeah.
La la la. I don't know. Maybe
Spoilers.
turn it down, and I will hold up my Red Bull can like crazy when we're done talking
Exactly.
about it.
So,
So then
he's
we want to
voiced
talk
by,
about the origin story then of
We're
how...
in episode 2.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
where,
Okay.
Simon Belmont, he's voiced by Richard Armitage, who is Thorin Oakenshield from the Hobbit movies.
Awesome.
And does an amazing job. He's kind of a reluctant hero type character.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to be doing it. His family's in disgrace. They took away all their lands and basically killed most of them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's
They were excommunicated.
Yeah, exactly. He's a down on his luck type of hero, and I really, really like that. It's it gives character to it. And I mean, I don't want to talk about all of it because it's involved, but I can't recommend it enough. It was so good. I'm super excited that hopefully they'll do more.
I was really drawn in by the style.
Yeah.
I saw Vampire Hunter D when I saw it. Just a very
Exactly.
dark, hard lines. A lot of the exaggeration was in length, I think. So like you would see a lot of like the arm shots.
Yeah.
Very,
And the blood spray and all that
yeah,
good stuff.
it was a lot of forced perspective.
I also got a feeling of Avatar, the Last Airbender type of
Yes. Okay.
animation
Yep.
too, like the way the
so that
eyes
part
were.
when he like pulls the ponytail and he like hooks it on to
Exactly,
the thing
yeah.
and he's like
It is more
riding
mostly
it.
the
Same Avatar.
No, different Avatar.
Wait,
better
I've never
Avatar.
seen that Avatar. I've never seen that Avatar.
get
You
the fuck
really
out
ever
of
watched
here.
The Last Airbender? Oh.
No, I've watched The Last
He's
You haven't
talking about
wa-
the
oh.
James
I've never
Cameron
seen James
Avatar.
Cameron Avatar. Yeah.
I thought more. I found it more of the facial structure and like the way that they drew
yeah.
the eyes and the color and everything.
Well,
like
and again,
that was-
Avatar is a case of a Western anime.
Yeah.
It's anime style, but done in completely by Western.
Yeah, there's a few like that. Check out the show Ruby too. That's another really good one. That is it's like a mystery horror anime. The episodes I think are only maybe 15 minutes long, but it's Western studio doing a Japanese style. It's very good.
Okay.
But I truly enjoyed it, and like I said, I cannot recommend it enough. I don't want to ruin any more. But,
Okay, so we're done. Spoilers.
yeah, no more.
Waving the
We
We
can.
didn't really give
didn't
any
really-
Yeah,
spoilers. Yeah,
but it could have happened at
sure.
any moment.
Could've, yeah.
So, you guys want to open something?
Sure, let's open more.
All right. So, one thing I actually wanted to mention was we were supposed to open up some Just Toys backpack hangers, but I lost them.
You're the worst person
I
alive.
put them down, and I don't remember where I put them.
Where's your kid hiding them?
Well, that's probably, truthfully, my baby's upstairs going, and she's tearing stuff open.
Taking them
but-
into the bath.
So, with that, we're actually going to be doing some openings for them in the future with some
Yes.
really cool upcoming products. So, getting pretty excited for that.
I'm psyched for that.
Waiting for that
All right,
box
so,
to come.
Crza,
we'll,
go ahead
we'll
and
flip
start
it
us
around.
All right, so I'm going to do another one of these blind boxes there from Akiba Underground. This one is a Digimon one. So yeah.
I never got into Digimon.
Really, I like the figures from around two, maybe a little earlier, about 97, maybe 98.
Yeah.
Right in the height of that
Was
stuff.
Digimon the one where you could put in the CDs in it?
I think so. No. That was Monster Rancher.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and it was actually weird. We were at Tim's house and we threw in an Insane Clown Posse CD, and it actually created a clown.
Right.
It was like a floating mask with just the cape,
Ah,
and it was like crazy powerful. So that was kind of cool.
unfortunately, you owned
Yeah,
the Insane
yeah.
Clown Posse CD. I think that's
That was.
I
I'm
think
blaming that
is
one
more
solely on Tim.
That's
That was
more
not
the that's the questionable part of that story right there.
Was there another teacup
Yeah,
involved?
no, I thought it was like it's separated.
So what we're learning,
Yeah,
is,
look at that. See, there's one piece for the one figure, another one for the other, and then it's got a separate compartment for this little.
Is this your first time opening Japanese stuff? Be happy it wasn't in 6 more bags. And those pouches are individually wrapped.
Good God.
Oh, God's got nothing to do with where that came from.
That's true. I don't even
That's
know.
supposed to mean?
I don't know.
I don't even know what this character is.
What?
It
Yeah,
looks
what do you
like
got
some
going
kind
on
of
there?
Jigglypuff looking thing, and then this little gloop.
Oh, it's a,
The gloop is actually pretty cool. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
A little
So,
weird.
yeah, put that right up there.
At least that one will stay up.
Yeah, it's not gonna fall over. Maybe put the coffee cup on top of it.
So it looks like it's weird character, another weird character, and then a bunch of other weird characters, and that's what his name
Weirdo.
is. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's this one right here. So I don't know what that means.
Oh, it's kanji I can't read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I got
It's
it. I got it.
I don't know Japanese. That's
It's not
yeah,
even
yeah.
a little bit. All right, Martin.
Well,
your turn. Grab one.
if there's any listeners out there that know, that can read kanji, there you go. There it is, and you can tell us.
They
tell us
would be
what it is.
watchers, you fat dummy.
What did I say?
But you said listeners.
Oh, whatever. People can listen to this too.
I'm opening up Gears of War Funko Mystery Vinyl.
I'm not gonna lie, I do watch. I listen to some video podcasts. I actually like when I mow the lawn. I just put my phone in my pocket, like facing outwards, so
there-
I don't butt dial.
So I got the worst character ever, JD Phoenix.
Oh, jeez. Wow, he's kind of plagued our show. This is the
Yeah.
second appearance by JD Phoenix.
Yeah.
For anyone who has played Gears of War, who hasn't played Gears of War 4, it seems like they focus tested the hero of Gears of War 4 and it failed.
Yeah, Marcus
Greatly.
Phoenix, he is not.
Yeah, no,
Oh.
not at all.
I think I know what I just got.
They should have just gotten John
the
DiMaggio. You need to stop talking
Nice.
that
That
mic.
is exactly what I wanted. Awesome. It's a 1 in 6, so there's pretty common. But I got the Silver Cylon from the
Sweet.
original 1977 Battlestar Galactica.
Nice.
That's pretty awesome. He's, like I said, he's a 1 in 6, which is cool because then you can just army build the shit out of him. The 1 in 72 is the Gold Cylon. I think it was a commander or something like that in the show. What I was really hoping for was that Voltron.
Oh,
Either the Voltron or the Locutus. But hey,
Bitty,
can't win them
bitty,
all. Got a pretty awesome Cylon. Throw it
Very nice.
I'm pretty excited to get into those. Down in the front there, if anyone's into Rocket League, we actually have a couple Rocket League snapback motorized cars. Those things are super awesome. So
And there's supposed to be some DLC stuff for the game in there too.
yeah, you get a DLC for every one that you unwrap. I don't know what the code. Maybe if you get multiples of something, or if there's a limit. I don't really know.
Well, you
but
can
I'm gonna
sell
find
now,
out tonight.
you can now sell that stuff back if you start getting multiples of stuff. They updated
cool.
it.
Awesome.
So D23 Expo is going on right now. Now D23 Expo is when Disney outlines their stuff for the year. The big stuff that's coming out within the next year or so. A lot of big news as far as movies are concerned, so we figure we'd talk about that. And Crza, try to keep your lunch down.
Crza, now here's what's funny. Right now, we're kind of lined up in a interesting way. We
Yes.
have Crza on one side hates Disney.
Yes.
Martin in the middle, fairly neutral.
Yeah.
Me on the other side, absolutely the opposite side of Crza. So I love Disney. Go roughly 2 times a year. I've been over 50 times. It's the only vacation I ever want to take. My wife hates it. She's probably going to type now in the comments, "You're damn right, I hate it." But yeah, I go quite a bit. So I really pay attention to D23 because I want to know what I'm riding next.
Yeah,
so,
that's they like you said. Disney announces all of their stuff, not just movies,
Everything.
but television shows,
Cruise
rides,
line announcements.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly,
jeez.
everything.
What
so,
do you? I have a question for Bobby. What
Sure.
do you do at Disney after having gone so many times?
my favorite things.
Is that so? You just keep doing
At
that
this-
over and over
uh,
again?
Well, like, all right, so when I go in March, it's for spring training.
Mm-hmm.
So usually we're actually using Disney as a home base because it's central to everything. So there's like 3 parks within 30 minutes of us to go see different baseball games.
there's so many.
There's
so
everything.
Many,
I mean, it's really
so many massage parlors. that
every
they can
time
go
every
to.
time we go back, there's
Yeah.
like something a little new, or they've changed something up that we really like, so we get to try it again in a different way. They just recently redid the entire downtown Disney area, adding like 15 restaurants, all kinds of bars, so it just kind of opened up new stuff.
Yeah.
And they're revamping a lot of old stuff, and actually they're changing some things, which is what we're going to talk about. One thing I want to talk about, and it was an announcement from earlier this week. They're going to change the Tomorrowland Speedway, which is at the Disney World Resort at Magic Kingdom, into a Tron light cycle. And
Interesting.
it's going to be more of a roller coaster. It's going to be a little faster, a little
that's
more
awesome.
grown up. I am so pumped for that.
I've never been to Disney, even as a
that
little
is
kid.
why.
I never. Yeah, maybe that's why. No, that's not why
my God!
I despise
I could
Disney, but
see the gray falling off of you as we drive through the arc,
no,
and like the big smile comes out. Yeah, well,
no,
yeah, churro in one hand, Red Bull in the other.
no.
So, anyways, the stuff I actually care about, because I can't afford to go to Disney, is the movies, specifically the Marvel stuff. They showed a supposedly amazing Infinity War teaser trailer. It's got everyone buzzing about it. Hopefully they'll make that available to the public sometime after Comic-Con, because of course they're going to have a big, big to-do out there as well, which is Comic-Con's next weekend. So hopefully we see that. They also announced a lot more details about Incredibles 2, which I cannot wait for.
Very, very, very excited
for the longest
that
time,
one.
Incredibles was my favorite superhero movie.
Was until
Probably still is, honestly.
if I said Guardians and Guardians 2,
I
would
know.
you-
That's I wouldn't disagree with you.
and I'll put up either Guardians.
Yeah, no.
Like it's not 2 versus 1. This is.
But yeah, so even the first Hellboy problem,
I love the first
first
Hellboy.
Hellboy was
My
very
least
good.
favorite part, though, of that entire movie, and I cringe every time I see it, is the Red Bull scene where he has his fist and he's got a Red Bull and he crunches it, and it's the worst piece of CGI, and it's like, you guys probably spent like $20,000 on that.
But they what else did they? They announced a couple more movies down the line for Pixar, including an untitled fantasy project being done by the guy who directed Finding Dory, and they also detailed a lot about Wreck-It Ralph, including making it very
Wreck-It Ralph
2, making it very meta. There will be Disney princesses, including Princess Leia.
So awesome.
Yeah, a lot of really cool stuff coming out. Like I said, the thing that excites me the most is that Infinity War trailer. I cannot wait.
Is there any news on what they're gonna do with more Spider-Man movies? Have they said any, I know that they've said that they were gonna do more, but
they did say that they're doing a Venom standalone movie, and supposedly Tom Hardy is attached.
But that's Fox, right?
That's Sony.
Oh, yeah,
And
Sony.
that
Sorry.
sounds terrible.
I don't know. I'm interested in it, especially if it's got kind of like a weird horror take to it. I don't know.
Just stop. The Sony, you can't write your way out of a paper bag. So just stop.
So they did announce some stuff going back to the park stuff. The Disney is doing a Star Wars land, which I'm sure we all know about.
I did see
There's
that.
going to be a 1-to-1 scale Millennium Falcon.
Wow.
I'm gonna have a hard time walking through the threshold of that place because I'm gonna be crying probably the entire time. It's like everything I ever wanted, and they've just handed it to me. They're also doing a cantina, and that's where you're really gonna sit down and like sit at that type of table. It's gonna be just awesome.
Now, are you gonna shoot first or second?
Third. You don't know me. You don't know my style.
You don't know me. All right, there, Mrs. Pancakes.
So, actually, I was thinking about it a little bit, and it just came to my mind while I was driving back home today that we should do, and it's just kind of a real quick. What are you reading? What are you watching? What are you? Just something outside of our regular schedule. So, what are you reading?
I've been
Could be magazines, websites, whatever.
I've been catching up on Astro City. I've been rereading it
dude.
because if you've never read Astro City,
That's good.
It's
That's
awesome.
phenomenal.
And now that I've reread and caught up, I have to start collecting again, and I'm starting to find out that stuff is out of print and very, very, very hard to find. Including one of the trades I need is for sale, used on Amazon for $700.
Jesus Christ! All right, I'll look through my collection, see if I can find you some issues
I'm not
here.
paying $700.
No,
You
absolutely
could probably
not.
find it scanned on the
I'm sure.
internet. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't want to do that. I actually
He wants to hold it.
With
I get
I don't
that.
know what it is, but with comic books, I need.
You're a
to
nerd.
have
I'm the
it.
same way.
So
I've actually been reading Saga, which is another phenomenal one. Once I got the hang of the story and how the story was being told, I actually did go back. At the end of the first trade, I went back and went, oh, okay, and then reread it, and kind of with the knowing what I know now, you really do take in a lot more. The story is being told from the future by the little kid. who's being portrayed through the story. You do find this out early, just no spoilers here. But it's all told in retrospect, and it's told by a kid who doesn't really know the full story. So she's patching some stuff together. There's some stuff laid in fact. It's basically about a civil war where the Romeo and Juliet they do get together and have a baby, but it's a baby that would really kind of disrupt all of the galaxy. So definitely worth reading. Saga, I found it on Amazon for like $8 per trade. Yep. And you're getting like 4 or 5 issues per trade, so a lot of this new Image stuff is awesome.
Written by Brian K. Vaughan, and
can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
How about you, Crza?
I'm reading Yamada and the Seven Witches. It's a manga. I actually got hooked on it because I watched the first, again, going back to the whole one season of anime, and then you're not sure where the status is, if they're going to do a second season or not.
Yeah.
So I really got into this anime. It's about this kid who has the power to switch bodies with people when he kisses them. And and then he finds out that there's these girls in his school that also have these witch powers, and they can all do different things. Like he can switch powers with them. There's one that can has like the mind control powers. There's another one that has like telepathy and stuff like that. And so he's trying to figure out who all these witches are in his school, and so like I guess he's got to kiss all these girls and figure out who's who and all this other stuff. And
in the meantime, he's bouncing from body to
yes,
body
exactly.
to body.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, that sounds pretty fun.
It is. It's actually a pretty funny comedy. I enjoyed it, and I watched the first season, and I was like, I need more. I don't know if they're going to do a second season. So I just started picking up the mangas at Barnes & Noble, and I finished the first story arc there. So the first season I pretty much read through already, and now there's going to be some more witch characters being introduced and everything like that. But it is very funny, typical, zany comedy, high school, everything's kind of misinterpreted. He's kissing these girls, and all this like weird stuff starts happening and everything like that. But again,
weird stuff happens. When
I was gonna say, like hair in weird places, weird. Or what are we talking here?
Well, he's got to one episode. He's not a very intelligent person. Mm-hmm. So there's one episode where he kisses the first witch that he finds out. I forget what power she has off the top of my head. But she has
the ability to make you forget her powers.
No. She's the one that has the power to switch persons. I forgot. His power is the ability to mimic that effect. So whichever witch he kisses, he has that ability now. So they end up tripping on the stairs, and they kiss, and then they switch powers or whatever.
That happens all the time.
Exactly, dude.
That's how I met you.
Yeah, exactly. We made out for half an hour.
It just needed to be actuated.
Well, yeah, you need to figure out how many times you could switch back and forth and all that. You got to keep testing science and all that. Good stuff. Yeah. So there's one episode where he kisses her and switches bodies. So that she will take his tests for him and get like a good grade and good grades.
All right.
Yeah. And then there's one episode where they have to go to a an academy or a school boot camp, because again his grades aren't that good. So it's summer break, and he has to take these like extra classes or whatever. And again, he switches bodies with her so that she'll take his like tests and stuff like that. And then they end up switching back. And one of the witches that has the power for like telepathy is trying to talk with him in his mind to get the answers, but he doesn't know them because they switch. Yeah. Okay. So then everybody does bad on the tests and stuff like that. It's just stupid, funny stuff like that. But I'm reading the manga. I'm on volume I think 13 or 14 now. Okay. It's pretty good.
So the names of these two characters are Poyomon and Tokomon. I found that out because I read the base. And I'm not a moron.
There you go. Sweet.
Well, me and Crza are.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
So, all right, what was next on the schedule?
On the schedule, next we have... you were watching... Crunchyroll started rolling out their summer stuff, so you started watching one of them.
Yes. I wanted to do a quick thing, I guess, about first impressions of some of the new animes that are simulcasting right now, and one of the ones I'm watching, it's called Classroom of the Elite. It's on Crunchyroll. It's airing on Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, and then you can watch it after then on Crunchyroll. I think if you're a premium member, you can watch it immediately. If you're not, you have to wait a few days.
Yeah, you gotta wait.
That's right. But I'm a
You're a
premium member right there. You know,
He pays the $10.
that's right. Yeah, exactly. It's more like $6, but yeah, that's right. I think eventually, going back to getting on with the prices, I think I'm eventually gonna upgrade because I think for $10 a month you get Funimation stuff to watch as well. So maybe.
Do you know if the Pokemon stuff is included in that?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I know DBZ's on Crunchyroll, so you don't need the Funimation thing to watch the new Dragon Ball Z Super episodes. Or, I'm sorry, Dragon Ball Super.
See, but Martin is rolling his eyes because he has a joyless life.
It's true.
Exactly. That's certainly a part of it.
But anyway, so going back to the first impressions of Classroom of the Elite, I'm really digging it. The first episode, the tone is kind of set immediately where you kind of meet the first three main characters. One of them, her name is Kikyo Kujita.
That's quite the name.
Yeah, she's trying to get another class member who I don't know the name because they haven't introduced him yet in this first episode. I think he's in a different class. But she's trying to get him to give up his seat for an elderly woman. And he basically argues against it, saying that he standing takes too much time or takes up too much stamina, and he needs all of it. And why would he give up that energy when he doesn't get anything out of it? So that's kind of the basis of the show right there.
He's a dick.
Yeah, basically, because
I understand your appreciation of this now.
Yeah. So he's.
Wait, I'm sorry, I have to interrupt. I just saw something totally awesome over here that I forgot.
Oh, okay.
Rocket.
Oh.
The Red Iron Man.
What are you trying to say?
I think I actually perfectly matched your shirt. That's what I'm trying
true.
to say.
This is actually Gate. It's a show called Gate.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm sorry. Keep talking. I just wanted to pez up.
Oh, sure. So they kind of start the show off with that kind of tone. It's like basically.
Do you want to do this next week?
Basically, it's kind of a commentary on how society is now. People don't really help each other unless there's something that they're going to get out of it for them. And that's where you kind of meet the main character too, because he's sitting on the bus as well, and he doesn't want to give up his seat because he just doesn't care. He's like an apathetic type guy. So I did like the opening sequence of the show, and then you find out that these students are going to this elite school in Tokyo called what is it? Kodo Ikuse Senior High School. I don't know if I've pronounced that correctly.
Haven't.
Yeah, let me know if I have. Yeah. And it's kind of this elite school where all of these students, the school boasts 100% graduation rate and employment rate after graduation.
Is it some kind of spell they have to go under?
No. That's the twist. You'll learn
some weird harem.
What a tweeze!
You'll learn.
What a tweeze!
You'll learn in a second because you find out that
keep your damn pants on.
You find out that the school gives an allowance to the students. You get 100,000 yen a month, and which is a good amount of money. And basically, it starts out, they get their money, and the kids are going crazy. They're buying electronics, they're buying fashion handbags and top of the line makeup and all this
underwear,
new jeans, those Levi's.
Yes, exactly. Yep, some Lolita outfits and all that good stuff. And that's again where the new the main character comes in. His name is Kiyotaka Ayanoke, something like that.
How do you spell that? P-E-Z?
Yeah, exactly. So he's actually again, he's that kind of apathetic character. He doesn't really have a lot of social skills, which is a really funny, there's a really funny scene where he is being introduced to the classroom and he's like, oh man, I got to nail this. These are the people I'm going to be spending, my high school, life with. I got to, start off on the right foot. And he has no idea what to say, and he kind of stumbles through his introduction, and then at the end he kind of knows that he failed. He's like, oh, I messed it up. It's ruined, But he's a real thrifty guy, so he doesn't spend a lot of his money. He's only, he's budgeting. And same thing with the other female character that they introduce. What's her name here? Hold on, I got that too.
Laura.
Yes, Laura.
Laura Smith.
Oh, here we go. It's Suzune Horikita.
I was close.
Yeah.
You were right in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And she's another thrifty character. You know, she actually disagrees with like the opulence of the school, and she's always kind of calling people out on it, how they're, you know, wasting their time and you know, not doing things properly and all this stuff. So the first episode, you go through the first month of school, right? And at the end of the episode, everybody's waiting for their allowance and everything like that. And you know, a lot of the kids have been goofing off in class. They're playing their handheld games, and you know, they're using their laptops or whatever. They haven't really done any work.
Listening to their hipping and their hopping.
Exactly. While the teacher is teaching, but she's not saying anything, you know, to kind of discipline them. And then at the end of the episode, they're supposed to get their 100,000 yen allowance, and they don't get anything. And then everybody starts freaking out. The teacher's like, "Well, you know, this is a school that's based on merit. You guys haven't done anything.
You guys haven't done a thing.
Yeah, so your allowance is 0." So right then, I mean, in the first episode, kids are already out of money. You know, and
this thing's turned into battle royale.
I think that's basically what's going to happen. I mean, because the three main characters that they've introduced, they've budgeted their money, so there's already characters in the class that have money.
And those who don't.
Yes, exactly.
So you think they're setting up a class system?
I think so. I think it's going to be
that's
some.
why you love it, because it's class versus class.
That's right.
Which is a political struggle.
Exactly.
At least according to Marx.
That's right. Exactly. Well, not just Marx. There's a lot of philosophers that. But I like it because they've already kind of went into the story. You know, there isn't really a lot of
masterful.
There's really not a lot of backstory and everything like that. They introduced the characters, they gave them their money, you know, they went through that first month, and now characters have no money, some characters have some money, and other characters are in the middle.
See who's destitute.
Yeah, so I want to see. I'm really looking forward to this next episode because I want to know how
that's when the weapons get handed out.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know if there's going to be any weapons, but I'm looking forward to watching.
That is when the lady boys come out.
I'm looking forward to see what the students that have no money are going to do to get money. You know, that's
that was a wrong Asian stereotype.
Yeah, that's Filipino.
Yeah, no.
Oh, is that?
It's Thai.
See, there you go.
Yeah, see?
So yes, classroom.
Filipinos kill drug.
Oh boy! All right, no, this is where we stop.
President.
Oh wait, are you talking about how they just like execute everybody?
Exactly, yes.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
insane.
you know, things that are actually happening, not stereotyping.
So anyway,
yes.
Classroom of the Elite. It looks very good. I
might have to check that out.
Yeah,
that sounds really good.
It looks interesting. The animation looks pretty standard. They're showing some of those high school tropes already. That girl Kyoko, she is kind of that like, I want to be friends with everyone type of girl, you know, and she wants to get along with everyone and all that good stuff. And she even tries to befriend the Suzune, and Suzune is like the loner girl. She's like, I'm here to study, I'm here to learn, you know, I just want to do.
So they're working the Breakfast Angle Club.
Yeah.
Or the Breakfast Club angle.
Yes, and then, you know, the other main character, the dude, Kiyotaka.
I just thought of an amazing movie, The Breakfast Club, but with Kurt Angle playing all of the characters.
I want to see that now.
Yes.
That is so awesome. I could especially see him like making the Captain Crunch and Pixie Stick sandwich.
Oh god.
Oh god. Kurt Angle, can you please make this now? We got to see this.
Yes, exactly.
John Hughes, you want to?
The Breakfast Angle Club, starring Kurt Angle as the shy one, Kurt Angle as the athletic one, Kurt Angle as the
loner,
as the loner, Kurt Angle.
Oh god, that would be magical. That would be fucking magical.
All right,
and it looks like there's going to be other students introduced because it's not just D class. There's also C, B, and A as well. So more characters are going to be introduced.
Now, does that have anything to do with like D, C? What is it?
That's their status in the school.
Okay.
The class D is kind of like the lowest of the low. You know, the bottom of the barrel. They're what's called the problem students. So yeah, it looks like there's going to be some more characters introduced.
It's pretty similar how they did it in my middle school.
Yeah.
Dum-dums in this class.
Exactly.
Average kids over here.
So, you wanted to discuss wrestling? I'm assuming.
Yeah. We're gonna talk some wrestling here.
But
Let's
first I wanna
let's
open up this rock
something.
candy.
Yeah. Let's open some things. What
So
the
this
hell?
is a rock candy made by Funko. It's the DC Superhero Girls, which DC's been doing a push towards the girl movement, which is good. Ladies gotta buy stuff too, basically. But this is Bumblebee, who is not a very popular character, but is becoming popular because, much like Cyborg, DC doesn't have very many black characters, so they gotta push them forward. This is actually super well done. I really do like Funko's rock candy stuff, and I honestly really like the redesign they did for Bumblebee for this line. So I recommend that, especially since I only paid $3 for it. Thank you, GameStop.
Well, I was actually at GameStop today looking at some of their clearance stuff, and it's been even marked down further to $1.97.
There you go.
For what was normally a $10 figure. They had a Harley there, which was marked down to $8, and they had and it was the good Harley.
Mm-hmm.
Good Harley.
Oh, which one did you get for that? Finding Nemo?
I think it's the dad.
Yes,
Yeah.
that would be
Oh,
Marlon.
awesome, Marlon.
I don't know anything about.
I opened up a Rocket League. It's a ball, so it actually looks like the Rocket League ball, which is totally awesome. Once you pop that thing open, we got this normal black bag, but it's standard blind bag. But inside of it is a motorized car where you pull it back and it's supposed to zip forward. Also, supposed to be a code in here somewhere for some free DLC.
Probably on that wrapping that you threw away.
Yeah, maybe. No, the wrapping's right there.
No, I thought it was a chance to get the DLC.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe that's what it is. Select cars contain codes. There are some numbers on the bottom of this thing. So
Yeah, so
a number
maybe
letter combination. So maybe I'll put that in. Girl spelled G1RL. Not even joking on the bottom of this thing. It's a pretty cool car though, and I really do actually like the ball itself.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool.
One thing me and Martin did recently for a friend's bachelor party, we decided no stag, none of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, we stayed in an abandoned church. Like, it was a de-churchified, it was a de-religious church. I don't even know what you would say. Like, it was a closed church.
Yeah.
Decommissioned church.
Decommissioned, there we go. But it was weird because, like, you could see where the altar was.
Mm-hmm.
You could see where all the religious iconography was, but it was perfectly cut out. So you can see, like, that was clearly Jesus because there's an outline and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we got to stay there. It was really, really cool. But my idea...
Sounds like a good plot for a horror movie.
Well,
we go out
hold
to the
on.
woods of the
We'll get to that in a second,
Okay.
actually. But no, upstairs, there was no pews. So it's this big, wide open area.
Mm-hmm.
So my thought was next time we get some of the big remote control cars
there you go.
and play Rocket League, but... with remote control cars. Yeah, downstairs there was a couch and this giant steel door with like a huge latch on it, and it really was like nobody opened the door.
Yeah,